Greg Tepper of Dave Campbell's Texas Football and TexasFootball.com here at the Built with Nature.
Steps not screwed.
I know. That's and you know what? That's 2 reads ago. That's not even the most recent one. In 3, 2. Greg Tepper of Dave Campbell's Texas Football and TexasFootball.com here at the Built with Chocolate Milk Coaches Lounge, the THSCA Coaching School and Convention here at the head coach, the head Bulldog, the Laredo Alexander Bulldogs, Coach Sergio Salinas. Coach, appreciate your time. Welcome to Houston. How was the trip here?
Long drive, but you know, it's something that I think's always refreshing before you start the season. You know, you get to see some coaches, and you know, you get to listen to some great coaches with some real good knowledge, and just kind of, you know, get you back in that mood, you know, that season.
Yeah, it's so I've been telling people it's like the top of the roller coaster, you know, and where it's about to shoot downhill. Well, last year you guys an exceptional year, 9-3 for there in your first season there at Alexander. You know, there's not a lot of coaches who step into a program and have that kind of immediate success. I'm interested, kind of what was it that helped it click for you?
Well, I mean, we had a lot of great kids. Yeah. You know, I mean, going in there, you know, was really don't mess them up that first year. You know, we had a lot of good kids. You know, they had a lot of returners. You know, more than anything, you know, stepping in there was just changing little things from your philosophy. You know, in terms of, you know, habits that you want your players to have. You know, this is our second year going in. You know, we lost 38 seniors last year. So, you know, really going down to it and really teaching them, you know, this is how we're going to live, you know, this is how we're going to act, you know, this is how we're going to carry ourselves. Because at the end of the day, you know, I think that's what it's about. You know, everybody sees their records at the end of the season, you know, but I want to see their life record. You know, that's what's important. Do you get the feeling that you get the kids buying in on that? I mean, sometimes I know sometimes coaches talk to the kids and it doesn't sink in. Do you get the feeling that they're adopting that they're buying what you're selling, basically? I believe so. Yeah. You know, I mean, I think you could always tell once you start hearing them talk. You know, if their language starts sounding like your language, you know, then the buy-in is coming there. You know, now if they're speaking things that, you know, aren't really aligned with what you preach to them every single day, then, you know, then the buy-in might not be there. But I think we have some great kids right now that are really buying in. They want to do well. They're out there working hard. You know, and I'm excited to see them perform. You know, one guy that I know catches our eye here is Camilo Pedraza, your running back. This is a guy who's I don't think has met a fight that he doesn't want to have. I mean, he seems tough as nails. Oh, a guy that out there. What about him makes him so special? You know, he's a great kid. You know, he's a great kid. Like you said, you know, there's not a fight that he wouldn't want to jump in there to. You know, he does a great job during practice. You know, going out there. You know, does a great job leading the other guys. You know, something that I was real impressed with him last off season is, you know, he decided to go play basketball, which is a great thing. Yeah. You know, I think we need more of that. We need more kids that want to play more than one sport. You know, and basketball season finished, comes back and, you know, did a great job during our spring ball. And, you know, I think he's just one of those athletes that's a competitor. You know, he loves to compete. You know, and I think the other kids kind of see that. You know, when you see competitors on your team that want to compete, all of a sudden you want to compete as well. You know, you don't want to back down to things. And, you know, I think that's what Camilo is able to bring. And, you know, he's athletic and, you know, he makes plays. You give him the ball, he's gonna make plays. You know, so we're real excited about him. You know, and his supporting crew. You know, he's got a lot of guys around him that, you know, have kind of bought into the stuff that we're doing, and, you know, kind of take some of the load off of him. How do you know, you mentioned you lose 38 seniors from a team that obviously did a lot of things right. And the thing that, you know, I think struck us is this was a team that had leaders. This was a team that it seemed like there were guys who took ownership of the program and seniors. I'm sure there's some of them still around, but how do you go about filling, you know, there are going to be guys who get the yards, right? You lose receiving yards, you lose passing yards, it's fine. You can replace those. How do you replace the leadership there in off-season? Yeah. You know, I think that's made in the off-season. In the off-season is where, you know, they go through that grind and you know, they work together, and, you know, leaders have to step up. You know, that's the only way to really make it through it. You know, our off season is tough, and it's not for everybody, and that's why, you know, you got your guys that will be part of your program, that will be one of your guys, and then there's guys that decide, you know what, this is too much for us. Yeah. You know, I don't know if I want to do this. For better or for worse, you know what I mean? They can bow out, but, you know,
if you want to be there on the team, then you're going to earn your place on.
Yeah, and the guys in our team have made that commitment. You know, they made the commitment to work together and, you know, go through the great times and go through the tough times.
You're a guy who's spent a lot of time in Laredo. You know, this is you know, you were at United before this. Do I have that right?
Yes, I started my career at United. I was there for 9 years, and I got the head job at United South. I was there for 6 years. You know, and now I'm at Alexander.
So you spent a lot of time there in Laredo, and I think that's a part of the state that kind of gets forgotten from a statewide football perspective. I think people maybe it's because you know they haven't made those deep playoff runs. There hasn't been that team that really broke through. But it seems to me, and I think it seems to we've had conversations at Dave Campbell's office, that it seems like the level of play in Laredo is getting better, and it's increasing, and this is me. I think it's due to the depth of coaching. I think the depth of coaching that you're having there in Laredo. There's always been some really good players down there, but it seems like the depth of coaching. I'm interested from your perspective as a guy who's spent a lot of time in Laredo. You know, the state of Laredo football right now.
Well, I think it's like you said. You know, I think the competitiveness of all the teams, you know, has increased. You know, you go back, I don't know, 20 years ago, and you looked at the off seasons then as opposed to now. You know, you got to have a great off season to be able to compete. You know, within the schools around there. You know, and I think that that mentality has spread from school to school, where now, hey, you can't take that off season off. You can't take summers off. You know, you got to be working. If not, somebody else is, and you're falling behind.
You know, one more thing about that, because I think, especially when you go to Laredo, and in your district in particular, a lot of wide open spread teams. A lot of teams that want to spread it out, and maybe, I don't want to say finesse teams, but teams that are a little bit more wide open. You're a guy who has always prioritized being the most physical team out there. In a lot of ways, you're kind of zigging when they zag. You know, you're kind of doing a different thing. Do you? But it seems like, correct me if I'm wrong, but it seems like it's working for you guys. That you're going in there and saying we're going to be tougher than any other team out there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, just because you're spread doesn't mean you can't be physical.
Yeah.
You know, I tell our guys, you know, I want you to be the team that teams hate to play. You know, not because you're dirty or anything, but because of just the intensity and the effort that you're going to give for 4 quarters. You know, because I mean, to me, it's tough to handle somebody who's going to come at you for 4 quarters and not slow down. You know, and that's what I tell our guys. You know, we want to be that team. We want to be that team that when they see them up next, be like, man,
we want to play Alexander.
Yeah, it's like we're going to go in for a fight. You know, but that's a mentality, and that's a mentality that, you know, has to be created in the off season. You know, during your off season program and what you do in your off season program. So, you know, that's our goal. Our goal as a team is to be the toughest team out there. You know, we're going to out physical you. You know, when we're going to make you hate playing us.
It's Sergio Salinas of the Alexander Bulldogs joining us here on Texas Football Today. One last thing to do, it's to spin the Dick's Sporting Goods Wheel of Questions. Go ahead and give this thing a spin, whatever it lands on. Yeah, I know. Dick'sSportingGoods.com. They want me to say it. Dick'sSportingGoods.com. Let's see where it's going to land. All right. What is your spirit animal?
My spirit animal.
What animal do you most associate? Like, if you were to describe yourself as an animal. Oh, I'm really interested in this now.
Probably a lion.
A lion. Why a lion?
You know, lions don't really back down from much.
Yeah.
You know,
true enough.
You know, lions are usually you hit adversity, it's going to be a fight. It's not going to be a flight.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. And kind of I would say the spirit of your team too. You know,
that's what we want to have.
Yeah.
You know, we don't want to flight.
Yeah, you want to get it, you stick your nose in it.
Yeah, and it's like I tell our boys, you know, life's the same way.
Yeah.
You know, that's why I love football. It teaches so much about what's coming up after it. You know, you're gonna hit things in life where you feel like, you know what, I just want to shut down. I want to, you know, avoid shit. You got to take it on head on.
Yeah. He's Sergio Salinas, the head coach of the Alexander Bulldogs. If you're in Laredo, go watch these guys. Coach, appreciate your time. Best luck this year.
Appreciate it.